Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable, and it is a great honor to welcome Mike Rich, who is the Vice President of Marketing at Revolution Parts. Mike, welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Hey, Ted, thanks for having me, and may the force be with you, man.
Hey, Mike, the same to you, my friend, as well. And I didn't get a chance last time, but congratulations on the move to Vice President and all the success that you're having there at Revolution Parts.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, it's exciting times here at Revolution Parts. A lot of exciting growth, and I'm happy to be part of it.
And more and more dealers are finding out about the opportunities that you have available at Revolution Parts. And there's such a big focus on parts at this event, at this Fixed Ops Roundtable. So I want to kind of get right into it. You offer something that a lot of folks may not be familiar with, and that is crowdsourcing for deliveries in their parts department. And can you kind of take us through that and, how you do that and what some of the benefits might be for our audience?
So a lot of times when people think about Revolution Parts, they just think about e-commerce and selling parts online. But we really are much more than that. And, our vision really is to remove friction from parts departments and make it easier to buy, sell, source parts. One of the ways we do that, we have a tool called local delivery, which is what I call a crowdsource delivery tool. So we work with multiple vendors, FedEx, same day, Uber, DoorDash, Lyft. And what we're able to do is dealers are able to access our platform. They're able to schedule parts to either be delivered to themselves or to deliver them to a wholesale customer, a retail customer. So what's really exciting about this, we have, I'd say about 300 of our dealers are using it right now. We've seen tremendous growth in usage. The total number of deliveries over the past year has grown by, about 100%. So we see, like I said, two use cases. We see the dealer parts department, and they have a wholesale partner, and they need to get an alternator over to them. Their driver is out. So what they do is they'll use our local delivery service. They'll log in, they'll put in the part, they'll type in where it needs to go. They'll get the quotes from the 3, 4, 5 different vendors in their area. They'll see how much time, they'll see the cost. They'll pick one. The guy will come there, pick up the part, and take it to their wholesale customer. And it really just delivers an incredible experience for that wholesale customer to be able to get, that part that quick. The other way we see it being used, which is really exciting and wasn't really planned, but kind of just came to be honest with you, is for getting parts delivered to the dealership. So dealerships, obviously parts department, their primary customer is the service lane, right? So yes. The parts department has historically, existed to serve that service lane and get those guys parts. And it's important for those guys to turn those bays over as quick as possible. So with the local delivery service, what they find a lot of times is the service lane needs a part. And that part's not at the dealer's parts department, but it is at, say, like a sister store down the street, or it's another dealership, 5 miles away, or maybe it's just an aftermarket vendor. They can actually log into the platform and use the service to send a driver to go get that part and bring it back to the dealership. So to get parts for their service lane so they can turn those bays over quicker.
Now, this would sound like a very cost-effective tool that dealers can use. Do they already have to be on the Revolution Parts program, or is this something they can sign up for separately?
All right. Well, you're jumping the gun on me a little bit, Ted. So historically, you had to be part of the Revolution Parts platform and use all of our tools to gain access to this. This month, we're actually made the decision to expose this tool or to offer this tool to all dealerships. So there's no cost to it to you as a dealer to sign up and get an account and use our local delivery service. The only cost is the cost of the delivery itself. So whatever provider you pick, you pay that fee to the provider. through our platform. So basically, you add a credit card in, you schedule it, and then what's really unique too is a lot of times with these crowdsource, these Ubers, these DoorDashes, services like that, you actually pay per delivery. By going through our platform, it's actually monthly billing. So you pay at the end of the month for all the deliveries that you've used. So it's a much easier way to manage the finances of the delivery is in the dealership. So yeah, it's you can sign up as a dealer now. We're actually going to give you the first 2 deliveries free. You don't even have to put a credit card or anything in. So you
Wow.
can try it out, see how you like it. If you like it, put your card in, keep using it. If you don't like it, then just continue doing what you're doing. And the reason we really decided to do this, Ted, is we kept hearing from a lot of dealers really about how staffing, continues to be a struggle in the dealership. I think I read JD Power put out a survey recently. It was talking about, I think 65% of dealerships, are looking to grow their staffing this year, but 57% of those guys said that they're having difficulties because of labor shortages. And, labor shortages are continuing to worsen. So this is just a really good way for a dealer, to supplement or to, get delivery service without having to worry about hiring.
Wow. Now, when dealers use your crowdsourcing service for delivery, um, Mike, with hundreds and hundreds of dealers that are using it, tell us, how is that perceived on the delivery side by the buyer? How does that come across?
Yeah. So at first, I'll tell you, like, honestly, like when we first started doing this, because we've had this local delivery tool for about 2 years now, maybe 2.5 years. It was a little awkward at first, right? 2.5 years ago, people weren't used to seeing a Lyft driver or a DoorDash driver bringing a part. So they were more used to them bringing a pizza instead of a part, right?
Mhm.
But it's changed. These guys, these crowdsourced delivery guys, these Ubers, these DoorDashes have really expanded over the past few years. Not only with us, but they've worked in dealers to assist with concierge services for moving people back and forth for service appointments. They've expanded in other industries, and it's really becoming the norm to see this type of delivery. So a couple years ago, it was a little weird, right, to see the pizza guy bringing you an alternator. Now it's really just kind of become accepted.
And you're right with all the personnel shortages. This is a great tool that dealers can take advantage of right away, in order to get those parts to them or to get them delivered. So I like that a whole lot, Mike.
Yeah, and we have found like some dealers use it as a supplement to their existing delivery. So meaning like they just have overage and they need a flex, so they use this instead of hiring another driver. Uh, I don't think I've mentioned it, but like the average delivery cost we see through the platform is about $17.80 if you want a
Wow.
precise number. So it's pretty affordable, and most of those deliveries are being done in 50 minutes or less. So it's cheap and it's really quick. So a lot of dealers use it for their flex. So like when they have overage, or they want to do a few more deliveries, or they're growing, or they're not quite yet ready for an additional driver. Some dealers, though, have actually replaced their entire delivery fleet with the local delivery service and just use that exclusively to do all of their deliveries, because it gets rid of a lot of the liability and they have to worry about maintenance on the vehicles and hiring and HR and benefits and managing those people. So it's a really cool tool, and it can really flex and fit into different dealership delivery models. One of the things we talk about a lot is like the cost of your own driver too. Through the analysis we did, we found that the average driver in a dealership, if he's doing about 300 deliveries a month, that's about a cost of $18 to $19 per delivery. So at $17 per delivery with this service, it's a great value at the end of the day, and it saves you a lot of headache.
Mike, that makes a lot of sense. How about ease of use, for the dealer? What are you seeing there?
Super easy, man. It's just like ordering a Lyft to get a ride uh, somewhere. You literally you log in the platform, our interface. You put in the address where it's going, the address where that's being picked up from. the size of the package, the weights, and then you get your quotes. You'll get 4 or 5 quotes depending on what area you're in from the different vendors, and you click schedule. You can see the guy on the little map as he's coming to your dealership. You
Okay.
can see as he's delivering the part or where he's bringing the part to you. So super easy to use, very similar to the interface you would experience using ordering an Uber or a Lyft for yourself.
Maybe even better than the experience the dealership has with using their own driver, since you've got all that technology available.
Maybe a little bit better, yes.
Okay, now I got to ask you. A lot of times on these deliveries, there's COD, and the customer wants to pay cash once that part is delivered. How would this work out in a case like that?
Yeah, that's a great question, Ted. So obviously, the Uber driver, our drivers are not going to bring cash back to your dealership. So it's probably not a fit there if you were just using us for a local delivery. If you're using the entire Revolution Parts platform, though, we provide some additional tools that I think really help in that use case. Obviously, the dealer probably would prefer to get paid prior to sending the part, right?
Of course, yes.
So what we usually recommend to our dealers is when you sign up for Revolution Parts, you're actually able to create wholesale portals for your customers like that, where they can actually log into a portal. They can see all of your inventory. They can see the pricing that you've agreed on them with, whatever the discount is. And then they can order those parts. And then they can even pick this local delivery as an option. And they can access this 24/7, 365. They don't have to worry about calling you in, getting your parts guy on the phone, or sending an email and you checking and responding to the email. So it's 100% self-service. And the only cost of this to your wholesale or your repair service lane customers is putting a card on file or putting a check on file with you. So we tell our dealers to position it, to their wholesale customers as, hey, we can give you all this additional value, but we have to move you off COD.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's a lot of great value. And we've seen dealers have a lot of success in moving people off COD by providing that additional value. And I mean, we can just be frank here, like COD, that's probably going to be a thing of the past in
Yes.
the not so distant future as well. So I know my grandfather might still order on COD, but yeah, it's probably going to be going away sooner than later. But this gives you a great way of positioning it as a benefit to get them off COD instead of just bringing the stick and having to, to tell them to stop.
Wow. So for my fixed ops directors, my parts managers, my service managers who've got those vehicles that were waiting for parts, very effective, cost effective solution, easy to use. You mentioned live order tracking, and I get those parts a lot quicker, faster. I can help grow my business, and it's door to door.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's really no reason not to try it. Like I said, it's a great tool for dealers. It helps offset some of those labor woes that we're experiencing right now. And even when we're having the labor issues, like it's very affordable, it's very fast, and it's an incredible consumer experience. So it delights your wholesale customers. It makes your service lane guys, techs happy that they're getting their parts fast. And then, yeah, it's a good tool. Use it.
And a great way to get exposed to Revolution Parts and to learn more about what it is that you do and your whole platform of products. Mike, if our audience wants to get involved, what do we do?
Yeah, so if you want to try this out and you want to get the free deliveries, it's really simple. We stood up a little web page. It's called the web page address is revolutionparts.com / free delivery. It's going across the ticker at the bottom of the screen. So visit that web page. There'll be a little form on it that just, your name, your dealership name, some basic information. Complete that form. It's going to come into our team. And then we're going to set up an account for you. We'll send you an email with all the login credentials. We'll give you a little bit of training on how to schedule a local delivery and start using it. Simple as that.
Mike, you make it easy. So on behalf of the Fixed Ops community, thank you so much. And look forward to all that you've got going there, Revolution Parts. And congratulations on all the success you're having and for the success that you're having for dealers as well.
Cool. Hey, appreciate the time, Ted, and thanks for having me.
Mike Rich from Revolution Parts here today at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.